To dive into a little title that you might recall from back in the day, Pokemon Yellow, which to me personally, it's a timeless game. I got it one Christmas. I'm not too sure if it was 1999 or 1998, but I was around 7 years old and I got a little lime green Game Boy Color that was absolutely unreal. Oddly enough though, I only just got the one game, and that was the Pokemon Yellow, and that was me sorted until probably about 3 months later. I think I picked up Pokemon Red, but I don't think people realise just how insane it actually was back then. Like, the Pokemon craze was pure bedlam. You know, every kid at school had Game Boys. We brought them into the classroom, and break time was fucking nuts. We were doing trades. I think some kids were even doing Pokemon battles. I'm not too sure if it was this gen of Pokemon, but kids were just bragging about their catches like they'd fucking nabbed a Mewtwo. Our school went so far as to actually ban kids bringing their Game Boys in. It was that mad. Pokemon Yellow was my first proper crack at a Nintendo game. I grew up with a Sega Mega Drive and never really got the chance to play Nintendo really much, apart from a small stint at a friend's house. But right away, when I turned on the game, the first thing that hit me was that iconic music. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It was, and I'll be honest, it still is, absolutely amazing. And I will get more into that, but the whole RPG aspect of, you know, grinding and leveling up, it was new to me. But, you know, doing that, roaming around Kanto, fighting the gym leaders, was all really unreal. Like, even now, you know, in 2025, if you fire it up, it's like a part of my brain that just taps into my childhood. You know, the nostalgia, the music and everything else just smacks you in the face. And it still plays really, really well, actually. Now, I don't have much love for Pokemon past, honestly, Gen 2, and even that's a reach. But to me, personally, the first 150 odd Pokemon are truly iconic. Having wee Pikachu toddling behind you in Pokemon Yellow, and then the original starters, so it was Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, proper legends, there's no debate. As a lapsed fan, I've tried the new games, fucking Pokemon Silver Titty Tassels or whatever they're called now, but they don't click with me. I just can't enjoy them. There's fucking so many daft new Pokemon, and I'm like, why is there a fucking possessed kettle as a Pokemon? You know, give me the classic Pokemon only, and I would actually be happy to play those games. Now, what I actually didn't realise about Pokemon back in the day, I'm a huge Metroidvania fan, and you might not have thought about it, but to me personally, I'd say Pokemon is basically a Metroidvania in a sense. You know, you have the HMs, which unlocks abilities in Pokemon, so you have the Cut, which allows you to hack through the bushes like you're a mad gardener, and that's opening up new paths that you couldn't before, and you're walking past previously. You've got the Surf, so you're able to glide over water now to new islands, or fishing for a fucking Dratini if you have the patience of a saint. But then you Flash, which now lets you, you know, light up rock tunnels, so you're not getting fucking mauled by Subats. Yeah, because you would have spent so much time in the world, and it's all, you know, it's all working together to make Kanto feel alive. You're not just plodding along, you're exploring, you're doubling back, you're kind of piecing it together, just like a Metroidvania. And obviously as a kid, we maybe didn't have the best access to the internet then. So if you were stuck, you were kind of fucked for a while until you asked your mate in school what's, you know, how to get past the next stage or get past the next part. See, to touch on locations, I will say this, they have been seared into my brain since I was 7 years old. You've got Mount Moon, which has those dark, kind of twisty caves. It's full of the Clefairies, do you remember? And then you've obviously, is it Cerulean Cities? It's kind of like bright and breezy. It's right after that, you know, that earlier cave. And it sets you up for Misty Starmie to fucking kick your ass. But then it's got Lavender Town, and that's next level. You wander in, it's creepy as fuck. Theme starts baiting out of those shitty Game Boy speakers. Do you know what? It's actually mad how they squeezed that out of the Game Boy's Wii sound chip. It was 4 channels, and they're creating an eerie masterpiece. I'll actually say it. That still creeps me the fuck out in 2025. But the whole soundtrack's unreal. You know, you've got the gym leader tunes that pumping you up. There's the Team Rocket hideout track. It's like a wee spy kind of vibe going on. I actually must say, whoever made the songs back in the day were wizards. Those tunes are iconic. And yeah, I think they're actually stuck on everyone's heads, not just myself. So whoever who played Pokemon back in the day, you know, I'm sure you still know that theme as soon as you hear it. You know exactly where it's from. Here, and do you remember Team Rocket? Like, they are a huge part of Gen 1's soul. They're everywhere. They're just fucking wrecking things. I will always remember you run into them the very first time in Mount Moon, and they're trying to steal the fossil, the wee bastards. Then they've got that secret base under Celadon's game corner. Do you remember finding that? And it was like, what the hell? How is this here? And then there's is it the tower? It's like Silph Co's. It's like fucking 900 floors, and it feels like it's about 900 hours long too. You're kind of storming the tower, kicking everyone out. It's tense, and it's obviously it's a fucking slog. It all builds to the big twist at the end. It's Giovanni, the big boss. He's in Viridian City with his beefy fucking Nido King ready to flatten you. And I'll say this, beating them at fucking age 7, you felt like it took down a crime syndicate. Now let's talk about the rite of passage, and I don't mean getting your first hair on your ball, because that first gym with Brock was hell on earth with Pikachu.
I'm back!
Curly-headed fuck me at 7 years old, rolling into my first gym, all cocky with my fucking Thunder Rat, thinking I've got this. Then Brock's like, here mate, here's my Geodude and Onyx, good luck you dick. I'll be honest lads, rock types against an electric starter, nightmare, no hope. My Pikachu sitting tickling Onyx's balls with fucking Thunder Shock. Tell you what, actually, I must have reset that fight a dozen times. I was grinding Pidgeys in Viridian Forest till my fucking eyes bled, just to get Pikachu a few more levels, and eventually I nabbed a Nidoran or a Mankey, and that got me through, but it was brutal. But for a 7-year-old, you think I scaled Everest. Me and my mate, we were glued to it too. He actually had one of those link cables, remember them? You know, I don't think anyone actually really did have one, but he did. Well, he would have used it, we would have swapped Pokemon. It was class. I actually felt, you know, looking back, I actually felt bad for my mama. I think it cost her a month's wage in batteries running this thing. 2 AA's were gone in a day. Easy. You know, and my poor TV remote was rated constantly. And do you remember the light on the Game Boy Color? Obviously it didn't have a backlight. So you'd be twisting yourself in doll shapes by the window or under a lamp just so you could see the screen. It was fucking brutal. And I'll never forget, and this is pre-internet days, well, kind of the infancy of the internet, but I'll never forget the school rumours. I don't know how people ever heard about them, but everyone was obsessed. People at the playground were spouting talk about catching Mew. There was one, and I'm sure a lot of people remember this, there was one about the truck by the SS Anges, remember this? Supposedly if you surf over just right and use strength, Mew's actually hiding underneath. It's total bollocks by the way, but we all tried it, didn't we? The big one, which was real, and I don't think it was on Yellow, I actually think it was specifically on Pokemon Red or maybe Pokemon Blue, was the Masingo glitch on Pokemon Red. You know, head to Cinnabar Island, surf the coast, and bam, big glitchy mess pops up. Half the time, it would multiply your items. The other half, it would just fucking nuke your save. Some kids said it was Mew's ghost, but I think it was just like a dev Easter egg or just a glitch, to be honest with you. It was complete balls, but it fueled the myth. Honestly, those rumours though, were half the crack. Every kid had a theory, but I'll be honest, I went home and tested everything anyway. Half of it, if not most of it, didn't work. Even now, in 2025, I would say Yellow's still got this raw charm. It's pure gold. So you've got the 8-bit sprites, pixel perfect, and then every Pokemon's actually bursting with personality compared to today's games. It's tight, simple, no bloated fluff. You're not sitting having to go into a mini game of stroking fucking Pikachu's hole. No, it was perfect. And I would say this, the new stuff's grand for kids, you know, 3D Flash, 900 Pokemon, mega this, fucking Dynamax that. But it has, to me personally, I'll never go back. It's lost that focused magic, is the word I'm looking for, that Yellow really did nail. And if you haven't played it in a while, look, pick it up, get a Game Boy, emulate it, give it a go. But yeah, it definitely does stand the test of time. To me, I'm guessing if I give it to my kid, he'd probably think, what the fuck's going on here? But I think anyone who's grown up with it, you open it up again and give it a go, it still has the charm. But yeah, what do you think? So if you were a fan of Pokemon Yellow and you enjoyed it, pop a comment below and let me know. And if you think I'm completely wrong on the newer Pokemons, let me know why in the comments below. And remember, like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.